Hello YouTubers, welcome to episode number. Today the weather is dreich. It's a bit wet and I was going to go out cycling, but it looks like cycling may have to be put off for just now. And as you saw, pulled pork's getting made. Oh yeah! So basically just a bunch of spices on a pulled pork, some stock in there, and then I'll get it at dinner. Just shred that pork, maybe get some tortillas at the shop and other delicious things to go with it, maybe some coleslaw. But that is dinner set for tonight. Absolutely ideal. I wholeheartedly recommend a slow cooker for anyone that's constantly on the run. All you need to do is sort it in the morning, just chuck whatever meat you have in there, some liquid, some spices, and then you're good to go. You can make loads of different things with it, like loads of different things with it. Soups, meats, breads, and stuff. Just Google other recipes, because I'm not sure about all of them, because I'm not a total chef. But that's great for dinner, because remember, food is fuel, and gotta fuel up after every single day, during every single day, in every single day. Oh yeah, but now, gonna get to Monday leg day session. Oh yeah, and I'm going to transfer over, I think, from 8s to 5s, and I'm going to talk about today about weights a bit more. Okay, let's get to the club. Let's get in the weights room. And we've made it inside the gym at Leander Club. We've got big leg days, so we've got all the squat racks being used, all the leg presses, and Barney. Oh yeah. And we've made it outside after a wonderful weight session. I think I'm going to change the times of the weight session, so I've been going down a bit later just because I can, really, because no one's around. But I think I'm going to do a bit earlier so I can get more sessions in the day. Oh yeah! So right now, I think I have found John's rigger. Haha! Nice, I have found the rigger for the boat that I'm trying to row, so I think today maybe will be a session, maybe on the erg or the bike, and then this afternoon go out on the water and in John's single. Oh yeah! Okay, let's get some food, because remember, you gotta fuel up after a big weight session, or any session really, because food is fuel. Let's get to it. And we're inside a house. It smells delicious, smells of pulled pork. Oh yeah! Oh, absolutely fantastic. Got my eggs going as well. A little bit there. Got some bread. Gonna get an avocado. Oh yeah, delicious. Ah, it's spurting away there. Oh yeah. Yep, but gonna eat that and then maybe have a little chat about the weight session and weights for rowing. Yeah. So I'll eat some food and then we'll get to chatting. Okay. Did a little bit of chores, had a little nap. So missed out chatting about weights. Had their delicious breakfast too. Also had a call with British Rowing about something happening next week. But that'll be in next week's vlog, so stay tuned for that. I think on Wednesday. But that's something for next week. But right now, going to head down to the club and maybe going to do 16k on the erg, UT2, nice and easy. And then see about talking about weights, because I have an idea of what I want to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna get down to the club. I'm in a rush again. Oh yeah, get down to the club, erg. Okay, let's go. And we've made it into the club. Mary is on the bicycle, listening to, watching something. Great. Now I'm gonna hop on the erg. Got my erg shoes. I'm gonna choose one of these wonderful machines. Oh yeah, probably just no time lapse. Just gonna get it done nice and easy. See you after. Well, that was absolutely horrendous. I blew about 20 minutes in and lost a bit of split. Ended up at 51.3. Not where I want to be, but the fitness is coming back. maybe I have to fuel up more. I only had the 2 breakfasts before this. I should have had 2 breakfasts and a lunch. And I keep telling everyone, food is fuel. And they practice what I preach. Alright. Well, got the 16k in, or 16 and a bit k, just 1 hour on the machine, getting sweaty, getting the heart rate into that UT2 zone. That's what it's all about, getting those aerobic gains. Okay, now to go back to the house, and I'm going to discuss weights. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, and we've made it back to the house, and as you can tell, I'm not quite talking. The sound out of my mouth isn't the same as the voice you're hearing. That's because the microphone in my camera is having some serious issues and I have to send it away. Unfortunately, it came up at this time. So basically what I'm saying is I'm about to talk about weights training. Oh yeah, as you see there. But I went to Tesco, picked up some food, and what I'm going to do is talk about weights over traditional erg thoughts. Maybe a row or something, but we'll see. As there's my food from Tesco. But I'm going to move that and let's get to talking about weights. Let's go. Alright. And as you can see, we're on the water. We're doing some traditional kind of erg thoughts today about weights. And I've chosen this footage because I wasn't allowed to show the whole thing at the time. This is our piece against Newcastle. Thanks Newcastle for letting us row against you just before Henley. And before we really get into weights, for the last time of kind of teasing and getting there, going to discuss just the sub 6 2k that you're seeing before. That was from Ollie. So what he's doing, like we've said, like I'm going to say about weights, is everyone's kind of individual, and he's decided to try and hold on to, he's trying to go under 6, and so his method is if you can hold a certain time one day and then maybe the next week you can go a bit longer, and the next week go a bit longer, eventually be able to hold it. So he was feeling confident, so I think he just did a minute or so at that pace, felt nice and easy. Can he hold the whole thing by trials? I think so. But that's just one way of doing it, and like I said, it's individual. But let's get back to it. And let's get to the weight subject. There'll probably be other footage in here as well, because this shouldn't last the whole erg thoughts length. But weights. Basically, it comes down to, well, let's start off. I'm not a weights coach. I'm not a rowing coach. I am just going to talk about my sort of experiences and opinions, so just take it with a pinch of salt. And so the big thing about weights is really it's down to you. It really depends on your strengths, your weaknesses, and whether you need to do weights or not. And there is also a big argument on whether weights are helpful in rowing. So let's, for the argument, so I'll say my opinion on the subject of weights is it is helpful, but it isn't the best thing to get faster. So if you've exhausted everything, if you're like the best rower, you've got the best technique, then weights might come into it. And that's not what I'm saying, that's not what I do. I'm just trying to get a bit stronger because I feel like it might help me. But rowing makes you better at rowing, so I would say rowing is more helpful when trying to go faster than erging itself. So that's that out of the way. And some people do weights, some people don't, depending on where you're from, what country you're in, what kind of program you're at. But some people do no weights at all, some people do some weights, some people do loads of weights, and everyone has different outcomes. Especially when you get guys, okay, I can squat 200 kilos, but my UT2 is like 155. And then you get guys who can barely squat 100 and their UT2 is 145. So it's kind of like examples of that where sometimes makes you think, maybe it's not all about strength. But like I said, rowing makes rowing faster, not weights make you row faster. And then, so let's assume that you want to do weights. And so for me, I'll just let you know some examples. So some people ask about exercises and rep ranges and sets and whatnot. Rowing is a strength endurance sport, so you want to work on your strength, you want to work on endurance, so generally you want to have, and it really depends on the time of year, you want to go on a sort of, it's all periodized training, so, well, it should be periodized training for your training. So if you're in the preseason like I am now, you're looking at higher reps, more sets, 8s, 12s, depending on what you're used to. And then coming close to racing, you're working on strength, you're working on power. So the rep ranges start to come down a bit. from sort of 12/8s or 8s to 12s to 5s, 3s, and it can vary as well from like explosive, like trying to jump, or things like that. And I speak about jumping and being explosive. Me playing basketball for a long time, for maybe 12 years or so, really helped me be explosive, and I can generate quite a lot of watts but not necessarily have the greatest stats in the weights room. And that's what makes me think maybe it's not necessarily, one of the examples that makes me think not necessarily about being super strong in the weights room. As we finish our piece around here, I think I'll just keep this footage on just as we're coming in, finishing off and warming down. But like I said, weights, it really can depend, it really varies on individuals. Some people weights can make a big difference to, some people weights not necessarily. And let's go to exercises. If you're so assuming you're doing weights, let's go to exercises that could help you. And so the rowing stroke is pretty much an all body exercise. So basically just do loads of biceps. No, I'm just kidding. So you've got basically your lower sort of chain, your legs, your hamstrings, your glutes, your back. Yeah, I've went from muscle naming to body part naming, but basically your whole body is used. So therefore, if you're doing weights, you might as well work the whole body. Oh, the Henley tents are now down actually. There you go. But so whole body working out. So you're doing squats, you're doing deadlifts, you're doing cleans, you're doing bench presses, you're doing pull-ups, you're doing bench pulls, you're doing lots of different things. And you've seen me in my previous vlogs do lots of stuff, including leg press, squats, Bulgarians, bench pull, bench press, different dumbbell exercises and all that. Lots of biceps, of course. But really, it's all about your weakness and what you're trying to get stronger, especially in the weights room. So if you're weaker lower body and stronger upper body, you want to keep the upper body getting a bit stronger, but try and accelerate that lower body. But again, it can really vary from person to person. You might not need to get stronger in the lower body. You might not be able to get stronger in the lower body or upper body, depending on yourself. But really, it depends. I wouldn't say there's any specific exercise that helps you with rowing. I haven't really tied my strength and gains in the weight room to speed. Like, I can't really pinpoint, okay, my squats got better, therefore my ergos got better. When I dropped quite a lot of time on my 2K in 2015-16 season, I was lifting more weights than I had done for a couple of years. I did get my cleans and my squats were a lot higher, stronger than they were before. So perhaps there is some sort of connection with squats, cleans, and of course the bench press and bench pull went along with that just because I was doing more of it. But really, like I said, it can really vary depending on you yourself, and it's probably not the answer you're looking for, but that's the answer I'm giving because it really does change from person to person. And there's a huge, not say argument, but it's a big opinion splitter in rowing whether weights is really beneficial or not. But I recommend trying it out just to see if it does help you out, it does help you improve. And then if it doesn't, you can go back, and if it does, great. But I think that'll be it for the rest of the vlog for today. Let's see if we can get this microphone fixed. I might actually have to switch cameras at some point. But okay, hopefully you enjoyed it. And remember, subscribe if you haven't already, hit that like button, and have a good one.